talking about the application of the Demark system, trading Demark cycles, and what we learned in a very short space of time. As always, smash the like button and subscribe if you want. If you want to keep up to date with that juice, and I mean it is coffee. It's coffee. That was awkward. Section 1. Application of the Demark system. Knowledge requirements. All applicants must have a rough understanding of price action. If not, that's okay. 2. How timeframes work. 3. How to construct Demark lines. 4. How to confirm a Demark line. And finally 5. And that is about it. That pretty much covers everything. I think everything is covered. Yeah. Free trades will be analysed with such intensity it will boil your brain. Quite literally. I mean, like, liquefy it. I mean, like, if your brain was like, that's it, boom, gone. Trade 1, 2 hourly chart. The probability of success is less than likely due to the confirmation being unconfirmed. But that purple line there, right, indicates there's a possibility it could travel in that direction. So, in theory, if I look elsewhere, I could probably find something that agrees with that. Okay, bear with me because this is a mouthful. Measure between the close of the previous candle, that is before it broke the TD line, and the close 2 candles prior to the TD line. If the measurement between the close of the previous candle and the candle two candles prior is less than breakout price, so you essentially take the measurement between those 2 closes and then add that on. If it is less than the TD point that has been broken, then price is confirmed. However, if it is above breakout price, then price is unconfirmed. In this case, breakout price is above. So for each Demark line, there is a risk amount, a safe place to place your stop. However, this varies between each time frame. So depending on where you are, in what position, lower or higher, your stop can change and vary. For example, on the 2 hourly chart that we have right now, there are 3 places that your stop could be placed. However, that is not the one I have actually used. I've used one lower down. This would allow me to increase my risk-reward ratio. I can use the projection as a aim for where price will actually be at the time, but I can use a lower time frame setup to get a smaller risk amount, so I would have more to gain. This also means you don't have to limit yourself to one projection as the whole thing. You can have multiple projections across multiple time frames. You're just using that to help you guide your trade to a certain point where you want to take your profit. As you can clearly see, I was knocked out of this trade, but it did leave room to inspire me. So, that's good. Thumbs up. Here is my review. Where there is an unconfirmed trade, there is a chart with a lesser or higher degree that will confirm or invalidate your trade. The previous images were from the 2 hourly chart. Now, as we know already, the 2 hourly chart was unconfirmed, which isn't actually that useful to us. So we took a step down to the hourly chart. The hourly chart is now confirmed. Now the price projection for this chart is now valid. So we can use this as a valid target. And as we can see, price actually hit this target. It's a few pips less than the actual price projection from the 2 hourly chart, but the difference is it's more likely to hit if the price is actually confirmed. For each trade you're going to have to factor in spread, and I don't mean spread like jam on toast. I'm talking about literally like spread. You know what? I don't really know. It's the cost of the trade. You know, every trade like you take, essentially there's spread. It's just like you automatically minus before you actually. The point is, anyway, if you wanted to take your profit, you couldn't at that exact point. You would have to minus it off the line like this, so price would have to come past it, hit your target, but the spread doesn't get in the way. For this 6.2 to 1 trade, the TD point acted as support, so price came up, then landed, found itself a comfy little seat, and then I thought, you know what, that's an opportunity right there to go boom. To get that, we took the trade on the 5-minute chart. However, the 5-minute chart was invalid. However, because the price projection on the hourly chart was validated and it came back to support, it also supported a trade to the long side. Section 2, Trading Demark Cycles. Now we are hunting for different TD points across time frames of higher and lower magnitude. This will allow us to get an overall direction of price. Benefits. Risking. Benefits. Increasing the risk-reward ratio. Risk-reward ratio. Increasing the confidence and the probability of success. Identifying reaction points, projections from above or below that could influence the distance of travel. You can also use it to figure out what stage of degree you are a part of. This is the 6-hour time frame. If price breaks this TD line, then the TD line at hand is confirmed. Alternatively, if price does not break this TD line, then the price projection would have to be reassessed. This was taken on the first trade that failed, coincidentally, before price had broken. The reason I do this, regardless of win or loss, if the price projection has not been hit, it can be used as a price target for future trades. If we take a close look at the RSI, we can use this to confirm if price has been oversold. Linking both the highs of the RSI and the highs on the TD point, we would see a declining line. This declining line would indicate that we are oversold. If we draw a parallel line joining these two things together, once price has actually breached this level, we would see, well, essentially it poke through, and that is a good indication, it would seem, for the trade to be viable. But the question is, how often does this happen? See, I only noticed this recently when I was scouring through the internet. I noticed some people use the RSI just like this, and I was like, whoa. A good example of this is exactly what happened after price projection was hit on the hourly chart. Straight away, a TD point was formed in the opposite direction, and the same thing happened with the RSI. Once seeing this on the high time frame, I then scaled down to the 5-minute chart. I then found a confirmed trade in the same direction. I used the same price target found on the 2 hourly chart. Currently on the 2 hourly chart is the 1 hourly projection, but as you can see on the 2 hourly chart, the risk reward is only a little over a 1-to-1. However, doing this from the 5-minute chart increases your risk reward. Now we take a step down to the 4 hourly chart. The 4 hourly chart is actually confirmed. It also has the 6 hourly line drawn on, but price has not broke this level yet. Now we have one confirmed TD line and one unconfirmed TD line. The 6 hourly chart is now confirmed with a double confirmation. It did not break its original place, so this meant that we had to reassess our projection, which just meant moving it down a bit. But we're good. Then a second projection appeared on the 4 hourly chart, measuring roughly the same level as the previous, which makes it highly probable, in theory, that it could reach that target. Sort of jumbling things together and adding things in your favour, like the more there are, the better you're off, so... Now that's 3 likely outcomes, and I'm going to base my next 2 trades on these projections, apart from the highest one, so I'm just going to take the two lower ones and see what happens. Now before these 2 trades that I've prepared, we're going to have to take a brief overview of the monthly, just to get like a rough idea where everything is, where everything's sitting, what's going in and that kind of thing, and then we are presto ready to go. Brief overview, monthly chart. Mostly it's downtrending, but then it's hit a level of support, and we can see this through the RSI and we can see this through price. If you kind of compare those 2 levels down there at the bottom, you can see there's a level that I've circled, right? And they're basically sort of flat. Yeah, that basically means it's sort of hit a wall. If we take a closer look, we see the rest of the chart, despite it being in a downtrend, is actually uptrending in a downtrend. But it's important to know that we are still in a downtrend. So despite being in a downtrend, we have an uptrending scenario. So in other words, it's sort of like pulling back to something, right? But what's most important to realise is that candle is freaking massive, right? I mean, gigantic. Like, and you're just literally trading the fluctuations of just that candle. Even though you know that you're in a downtrend, you are technically bullish because you're pulling back, but the candle's pretty blue. I mean, that's a pretty blue candle. So you're trading that massive data and those little fluctuations. So it's just kind of like just a good idea of like where you should be trading, I guess. If we take a look at the weekly chart, we can see the waves that have been caused by this candle. Even though this candle is just one individual candle, everything below it is a subdivision of that candle. And if we take it even a step lower to the daily chart, we can see that there are subdivisions of TD points that form bigger TD points. And it's important to know what TD point you are a part of for the overall picture. The lower you get, the more TD points you will have. But if you want to trade trades that are 5 to 1 plus, you need to be able to know what degree you're a part of. So now I'm going to play a video of the 2 trades I did the other day. I hope you enjoy it. Though it did bug out a little bit at the end, so I'll do a brief overview of like what happened and then presto. But yeah, have fun with that. Thank you for watching. If you want more mind-blowing content, then please like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated for the channel, for everything, and I will be back with you with more juicy content. Thank you. Oh, yeah. That was the result. There you go. I got you, I got you, I got you.